the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight, we are here at Richmond Raceway for the eSpeed Sports as they present YAS Racing 100 laps here at the 3/4 mile short track style of racing. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm your host for tonight. My name is K.R. Stolfus, and I, for one, always enjoy coming to Richmond Raceway for short track racing in the K&N car. Tonight, some special treats for longtime iRacing people. New damage model being utilized on the K&N car. So for myself, this will be the first time I get to see this new damage model in action. So far, it has not disappointed. I've seen several hoods fly up in dramatic fashion, and several people having to pull off because they can no longer see out the front window. But more importantly, tonight's race is brought to you by Edward Kane, certified public accountant, USAFirearms.com, Big Time Racing League, and of course, YAS Racing Association. Coming into tonight's events, our point standings look like this. Presley Sora picking up the first win last week at Atlanta. Outstanding drive, finishing in first place. So Presley taking over that top spot for the moment. Jeff Mills, who had an impressive run as well, sitting in second. Brian Zimmerman third. Nick Barris in the fourth, and fifth will be Kyle Martinson. But so far, Kyle Martinson has not shown up to the track. We'll see if he can get out there. Still has just over a minute left to make it out on the track here tonight. But Kyle Martinson and the rest of the drivers do have 2 drop weeks allowed. So the eSpeed Select Series is only going to count your 6 best races of this 8-race schedule. So maybe a few drivers going to take advantage of that and have a few nights off during this 8-race schedule. So with 30 seconds left in practice before we kick it over into qualifying, a few other things to talk about here tonight is there is a new tire model. So with that new tire model, several of these cars and drivers are finding themselves a little bit looser than normal. Now, Richmond, no stranger to seeing drivers get loose coming off of turn number 4, and that has been going on all night here in practice. So I fully expect we will probably see one of these drivers snap loose in the middle of the race. But checkered flag waving on this practice session. We're going to get ready to go straight into qualifying, where drivers will have 5 minutes to lay down 2 laps for their qualifying time. The 83 machine of Alan Wilson, one of the first ones to start rolling out. The 48 of Curtis Yancey, making his first appearance here tonight, rolling out on track. Yancey in the 48 machine, black and yellow, Carolina nut paint scheme. A little bit high there through 1 and 2. That's all right. Still has another lap to get after it. The 86 machine of Jason Jackson out on track now as well. Last week's race winner, the 98 of Presley Sora, beginning his qualifying session. And for the moment, the 28 machine of Brian Zimmerman on top of the leaderboard. Just like that, Austin Burdick taking over the top spot. Jason Jackson moving into second. Lawrence Shaughnessy is now in sixth. Alan Wilson in the 83 machine, he is currently in second as Presley Sora in the 98 takes over the top spot. The 25 machine, that is Jackson Troon. Jackson right now finds himself in sixth place as the front bumper falls off on that machine. The 51 machine of Aaron Rodgers was fastest in the warm-up session. We'll see if that warm-up session translates into qualifying, if this 51 can lay down a fast lap and set it on pole position. 71 machine of Rocky Hartpence right now finding himself in seventh place for his qualifying effort. We do have 6 drivers who have not laid down a qualifying time just yet. '51 machine of Aaron Rodgers coming around. Aaron Rodgers, part of the A51 team. Right now, Rodgers into third. We'll see if his second lap fares any better for him. Up off of turn number 4 and across the start-finish line. And Aaron Rodgers going to stay in that third position. So as the time ticks down, we're right at 1 minute 45 seconds left in this qualifying session. No other drivers are out on track. 12 drivers have taken a time. And with that being said, guys, we are going to step away and play our national anthem. We will be back with tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are starting to take to the grid. That means it is time to bring you our Edward Kane starting lineup. The 98 machine of Presley Sora on the front row with the 99 of Chris Carroll on his outside. Row number 2 will be the 51 of Aaron Rodgers and the 97 of Austin Burdick. Row 3 will be the 83 machine of Alan Wilson and the 89 of Jeff Mills. Row 4 will be the 86 of Jason Jackson and the 25 of Jackson Trinh. Row 5 will be the 71 of Rocky Hartpence and the 48 of Curtis Yancey. Row 6 will be the 9 of Lawrence Shaughnessy and the 28 of Brian Zimmerman. Row 7 will be the 2 of Scott Lamp and the 18 of Jeremy Root. Row 8 will be the 66 of Nick Baris and the 10 of Edward Kane. And row number 9, the 74 of Alex Harris and the 32 of DJ Kiner. That is going to make up our 18 car field here tonight. The pace car starts to roll off, the 98 and the 99 following closely behind tonight's Ford Mustang pace car. It's a new damage model, new tire model. Same old Richmond. She is going to be tricky coming off of turn number 2 and turn number 4. It flattens out off of turn number 2, and if you get too high, there is a dip in the track that will easily upset your race car. Now be ready for it, plan for it, watch out for it. Not only that, but trying to get the power down, get as much straightaway speed coming off of turn number 4 as you possibly can. We're going to see these tires light up on the back side of these cars. Drivers going to be fighting rear grip all night long here. They are going to make it look easy. This select series, or the eSpeed Sports series, oh man, I don't know about y'all, but I am ready for this one. The 98 of Presley Sora, last week's race winner, looking to pick up right where he left off. Indy Autosport driver, ready to rock and roll. On his outside, the 99 of Chris Carroll from A51. Already the 98 on the throttle as the green flag flies, and we're underway here tonight. Aaron Rodgers in the 51, wasting no time, moving right into second place. Chris Carroll falling to third very quickly, just like that. And already heading off into turn number 3, Presley Sora, your race leader. Aaron Rodgers second, third, Chris Carroll. Alan Wilson, side by side battle with Austin Burdick. They head off into turn number 1. The 89 machine, that is Jeff Mills. Mills, who finished second last week, already now making a move into 5th place. Sets his sights on the 83 of Alan Wilson. We go on board with Mills. Wilson, another Indy Autosport driver. And you see that wiggle coming off of turn number 2 by Mills. But 100 laps here at Richmond, and a caution flag coming out in a hurry as the 18 machine of Jeremy Root pointed in the wrong direction. Grabs a gear, gets rolling. The 86, a little late to the party. Jason Jackson almost making contact with the 18, and it looks like the 32 got some damage as well. Let's go to instant replay here and see what happened. 71 of Rocky Hartpence along the wall down the backstretch. And a couple cars just coming in late, T-boning other drivers. I believe that 80s, not the 86. The 10 of Ed Kane getting a big shot there. Heavy contact with the 48 of Curtis Yancey. Take another look at this one off the nose. That one looked a little strange. It looked like maybe Curtis Yancey had some contact. As the hood flops up on the 10 machine. The few drivers already on the pit road with some heavy damage. The 10, you can see that right front just laying over. Could be an early exit for the 10 of Ed Kane. But one driver so far not having any problems out there. That is the 98 of Presley Sora. Our first caution of the night coming out for a multi-car incident. DJ Kiner and Ed Kane, the 10 and the 32, looking pretty torn up out there over it. They are both still sitting on pit road. The 18 of Jeremy Root coming back in to be serviced by his crew to finish a little bit more of that damage. But the lights go out on the pace car. We get ready to go green on flag racing. Once again, they're going to stack them up. The 18 of Root trying to beat the pace car off of pit road. Now we will see what the 51 of Aaron Rodgers can do in that outside lane. Chris Carroll in the 99 moving to second row inside. Pace car getting ready to peel off. Down and away goes the pace car, and the 98 picks up the throttle, and we are back underway here at Richmond for the YAS Racing 100. Head off into turn number 1. 51 of Rodgers easily staying in front of the 99 of Carroll. Alan Wilson in the 83 machine taking a peek to the inside of Carroll. Nothing there just yet. The field quickly works its way around this 3/4 mile of a track. Presley Sora now being hounded by the 51 of Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers trying to get his nose down to the inside, get a little bit of air to the back of that 98 machine, maybe make him a little bit nervous. But Presley Sora so far not falling to the pressure of the 51 of Rodgers, but Rodgers now making a move to the inside. Sora going way up high. And now Presley Sora going to try and get a good run up off the corner from that high side. Both drivers spin the tires a little bit coming off at turn number 4, but Aaron Rodgers makes his way to the front of this field and leads his first lap of the race. Now tries to set his sights on victory lane, but still having 89, now make it 88 laps left into the race here tonight. As we go on board with the 51 machine of Rodgers. Scott Lamp in the 2 machine. He has made his way up into 4th place. Lamp started 13th, quickly moving up through the field. That 2 machine on a mission. He has already found a way to get into 4th. Working his way down the backstretch. Lamp had a good showing at Atlanta. As the caution flag's going to come out once again. And I am not 100% sure what the cause of the caution was for this time. The 48 machine, that is Curtis Yancey, getting loose off of turn number 2 on the binders. Keeps it from hitting anything, but sideways enough to bring out the caution. Now we have several leaders coming down pit road for fuel and tires, but the 51 of Aaron Rodgers going to stay out. Presley Soares stays out. Alan Whistle stays out. Chris Carroll, one of the first ones on the pit road. The 89 of Jeff Mills also into his pit stall. So several drivers making pit stops here at Richmond. 99 down and away. So with a few drivers making some pit stops here, we might start to see a little bit different strategies emerging. Rogers in that 51, Presley Sora in the 98, Alan Wilson in the 83, and Kyle Martinson in the 77, all staying out this time. They have not come down pit road. Everyone behind them has. We will get a good look at 4 tires versus no tires, as everyone took 4 tires except for the 28 of Brian Zimmerman. He took 2 tires during that pit stop. So even looks like we're going to have 3 different strategies out here for the moment. Drivers who have made pit stops versus not, and then we got 1 driver on 2 tires. We will monitor all of that. Not only are we going to be monitoring it, but the drivers are going to be paying attention to who did what and how it affected the car. And all of that information is going to be stored and waiting until it is needed closer to the end of this race, especially if we get a late caution. You might see several drivers come down pit road for 2 tires if this works for Brian Zimmerman. If it does not work out, you might see several drivers hit pit road for 4 tires. The 10 machine of Ed Kane rolling out on track after spending a long time on pit road. He finds himself 15 laps down. Curtis Yancey in the 48 is the first car 1 lap down. The 18 of Jeremy Root, last car on the lead lap in 16th place. As we get ready to go green flag racing, Aaron Rodgers in the 51 on the throttle, and away we go. Ooh, and the 83 and the 77 are going to get together. That is Kyle Martinson in the field stacking up behind them. Kyle Martinson in the 77 getting into the back bumper of the 83 of Alan Wilson. Chris Carroll getting turned around as well. Can take another look at this one, as the 83 and the 77 just got into a disagreement as to how fast to enter the corner. Then several cars with nowhere to go piling in late. Jeremy Root in that 18 machine trying not to get any more damage. And so with another quick caution, guys, we're going to step away. We're going to take a break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Turn 3 Racing Network. Caution flag flying on the field. We are working our third caution here tonight. We have had one lead change. That came when Aaron Rodgers made his way around the 98 of Presley Sora. Sora led for the first 10 laps, and then for the last 15, it has been all Rodgers in that 51 machine. Right now, for the moment, the 99 of Chris Carroll trapped between our race leader and the pace car. But as the lights go out on the pace car, that 99 is going to get the wave around. He is going to make his way back to the tail end of this field. Ed Kane in the 10 machine has made it back onto pit road. Continues to service his wounded race car. This caution has put several other drivers in the lap down category. Right now we have 14 drivers on the lead lap. The 28 of Brian Zimmerman, last car on the lead lap for this restart. But the 51 of Aaron Rodgers waits for the pace car to get out of his way, gets on the throttle, and we go back to green flag racing. And Rodgers getting a heck of a jump this time. Down into turn number 2, the 2 of Scott Lamp taking a peek to the inside of the 98. I thought we were going to see another caution coming out, but no, Scott Lamp was able to handle that situation. But now the two really battling with the 98, trying to start to poke around at this 98 machine and see where he can find some weakness, maybe get a good run up off of turn number 4 here. But nothing just yet as the 89 of Jeff Mills sideways up off the corner. Jeff Mills right now finding himself in 4th place. Lawrence Shaughnessy in 9th. Or in the 9 machine is in 5th. Not too far behind these drivers. As you see the laser light focus of the 9, Lawrence Shaughnessy, not even blinking, not even for a second. He is bound and determined to stay in this 5th place. Aaron Rodgers in that 51 though, starting to open up a bit of a gap, just under a half-second lead over 2nd place Presley Sora. Austin Burdick in the 97 machine. Right now he is in 6th place with the 74 of Alex Harris right behind him. Jason Jackson in the 86 machine, rolling around this Richmond Raceway in 8th place. And then Alan Wilson in the 83, who got caught up in the scrum with the 77 of Kyle Martinson. He is finding himself in 9th. And then rounding out your top 10 is the damaged 18 machine of Jeremy Root. Root, who has been on and off of pit road every single chance he has gotten. Has worked on that car, massaged the body panels as much as possible. Right now he has found himself into 10th place. Now starting to hound the 83 machine for a spot. To his back bumper, now makes the move down to the inside. And Wilson in the 83, not going to put up too much of a fight. They take that back. Wilson going to try and push him all the way down and defend against the 77 of Martinson. But Martinson going to drive in deep, washes up, and makes contact with the 83. And the 77 of Kyle Martinson stuck down below the racing line. Now grabs a gear and tries to get rolling. We stay green. Here come our race leaders. Aaron Rodgers in the 51, gonna make the pass and put the 77 one lap down. So now Kyle Martinson, first car one lap down. Alan Wilson in the 83, finding himself in 11th place. Chris Carroll in the 99, who took the wave around on this restart, finds himself in 10th place now, right behind the 18 of Jeremy Root. Austin Burdick in the 97, down to the inside of Lawrence Shaughnessy. Burdick gonna make the pass. Shaughnessy now has to try and fend off the 74 of Alex Harris. Harris gonna take it down to the yellow line, get that run up off the corner down the backstretch. And Harris gonna try and complete the pass through turns 3 and 4 here. Shaughnessy gonna drop down in front of the 86. Jason Jackson just too far behind to keep that train rolling on Lawrence Shaughnessy. So Shaughnessy now fall into 7th place. Austin Burdick in that 97 machine finds himself inside the top 5 for the first time tonight. Last car on the lead lap, that is the 28 machine Ryan Zimmerman. That was the 48 of Curtis Yancey. Big time save coming off of turn number 2. Yancey is 1 lap down in 16th place. 71 of Rocky Hartpence. And a squeeze on by. That was a pass for position, so put Rocky into 15th place. 48 machine piloted by Curtis Yancey, a little torn up. Body shop work in order for that crew later on tonight. The 48's going to make a move down to the inside. Rocky Hartpence leaving room. The 71 on the outside lane, tough to defend that outer lane here at Richmond. This inside lane is so dominant. 48 and Yancey completes the pass, moves back into 15th spot. The 25 machine of Jackson Trin has found himself with a bit of a tough race here tonight. Right now he is all the way down in 17th spot. Started all the way up in 8th. Got caught up in an incident earlier tonight and has not been able to fully recover. And right now finds himself in 17th. Your race leader still the 51 of Aaron Rodgers. Scott Lamp in the 2 has moved into 2nd place. Presley Sora in the 98, finding himself now in 3rd. Jeff Mills 4th, and Austin Burdick gonna round out your top 5. We are starting to creep up on the halfway mark. Rogers in the 51 has led for 37 laps so far tonight. Finds himself with a 1.5 second lead over the 2 of Scott Lamp. As we go on board with Lamp. Two machine coming off a turn number 2. Got a blinker just ahead of our race leader. That is the 32 machine of DJ Geiner. DJ finds himself in 18th spot. He is now 6 laps down. Scott Lamp down on the inside, easily working his way around that wounded 32. Presley Sora, Jeff Mills working their way down in the inside of the 32 machine. Jeff Mills in the 89 has been hounding the 98 for the last few laps. This is a battle for 3rd place. For the moment, Presley Sora in the 98 holding on to 3rd. Big wiggle there by the 98. That is going to allow the 89 of Jeff Mills to take a peek to the inside. And Mills gets the power down, completes the pass down the backstretch. Sora in the 98 going to tuck in behind the 89 of Jeff Mills. So put Mills into 3rd place. Chris Carroll in this 99 machine, who had to use the wave around under our most recent caution, now finds himself moving all the way back up into 6th place. Carroll, who had to start all the way down into 16th spot on our most recent restart, has made it up into 6th. So Chris Carroll, man on a mission, trying to get back to that front, back to the front of the field. Have to bear with me tonight, guys. I am a little bit under the weather. Never know if I'm gonna sneeze, cough, or cry. All kind of rolled into one here tonight. But the 99 of Carroll finding himself now in 6th place. He has got to make up 2.2 seconds to the 97 of Austin Burdick. We will keep an eye on that one and see if the 99 can close that gap any. Meanwhile, the 51 of Rogers continues to pull away from the 2 of Scott Lamp. He has now got a 1.8 second lead and inching out little by little. The Rogers putting on a heck of a show here tonight. Has led for 47 laps, just a handful of laps away from leading the most laps here tonight. Tonight's aerial coverage provided by Edward Kane CPA. E. Kane not having the best of nights, but he is still out there. Everyone who has started this race is continuing to turn laps out there, but that 10 machine has seen better days. But a lot of work went into that race car. At one point, the right front was laying down on the side, tilted way too far in at the top side of the tire to really do anybody any good. But the crew didn't give up, and that 10 machine out there right now looking very clean cut and crisp, but is 24 laps down. Our first car 1 lap down, that is the 77 of Kyle Martinson. Martinson finding himself in 14th place. Kyle came into tonight 5th place in the point standings. This is only race number 2. Oh, it's the 77. Hard impact into that outside wall. Looked like the 97 of Austin Burdick. Not sure where Kyle Martinson was going to go, but we stay green in that 77 machine, having some damage on the right side. Presley Sora in the 98, working his way around the 25 of Jackson Trin. Sora finding himself in 4th place, losing some ground to the 89 of Mills. Chris Carroll in the 99 has been able to track down the 97 of Austin Burdick. He is now down to 0.9 seconds behind that 97 machine. Burdick working his way down the backstretch. He can see Carroll getting bigger in his rear view mirror. We ride on aboard with the 97 of Burdick, looking out the back. Carroll really driving in deep into the corner there. Burdick, a little bit different entry into the corner than the 99 at Carroll. It looked like Carroll touched that apron there. Got sideways in the middle of the corner, but was able to catch it. Big save for the 99. And that is allowing him to stay out there and keep racing. Two drivers have not been down onto pit road here so far tonight. One of those drivers is your race leader. That is the 51 of Aaron Rodgers. So maybe tires not playing a factor into this race, as Rodgers has not hit pit road. The only other driver who has not made a pit stop so far tonight, that is the 98 of Presley Soro, who finds himself in 4th place. Last week's race winner sitting in 4th on the tires that he started this race on. So with those two drivers not coming down pit road, you got to wonder how this will play out if we get a late caution. Got Lamp in the 2 machine, starting to feel some pressure from the 90 or the 89 of the Jeff Mills. The 74 of Alex Harris has made a pit stop. Harris finds himself 2 laps down right now because of that green flag pit stop. And right now he is just in front of our 2 battling drivers for 2nd place, but he is pulling away quickly. So fresh tires making a difference on this 74 machine. Rodgers in the 51 does have a 3.3 second lead over Scott Lamp in the 2, as Mills continuing to hound that 2. The 89 looking very racy here, trying to find a way into 2nd place. Right now we have 27 laps to go. Chris Carroll and the 99 still trying to close in on the 97 of Austin Burdick. Carroll now sitting at 0.3 seconds behind the 97 machine. Carroll still staying to that yellow line through the corner. Austin Burdick arcing it into the corner a little bit more in through turns 1 and 2. Looks like the 97 trying to use the throttle to get his car to pivot and turn down the straightaway. Carroll letting the car track out in a more natural centripetal. Ooh, big words, KR. You should probably stay away from that. But this battle still very closely watched here on the track, as we got 22 laps to go this time around. Aaron Rodgers in the 51 machine, now pulling to a 4.1 second lead. As this race has worn on, he has gotten faster in comparison to the rest of the field. That time around, he turned a 22.954. The only driver in that 22 bracket on the lead lap. The only other driver that is still in that 22 category, that is the 74 of Alex Harris. Harris, though, having 4 fresh tires and has unlapped himself. Harris now finding himself 1 lap down. Your race leader, one of the fastest cars out on the track. Alex Harris is currently the fastest car out on the track by virtue of having 4 fresh tires. But with this race now at 20 laps to go, I'm not sure how much more time Alex can make up in that 74 machine. Rocky Hartpence in the 71, finding himself 2 laps down in 15th place. Kyle Martinson in the 77. Right now finding himself in 13th. The first car 1 lap down. The 83 of Alan Wilson in 12th place. Wilson, last car on the lead lap. One of the Indy Autosport drivers. Alan Wilson started in 5th, not having the race that he would like to have. He has been involved in a little bit of an incident here tonight. Right now finding himself in 12th place. But that's racing. It is so hard to come in and dominate each and every race, week in and week out. Presley Sora in the 98, starting to close back in on the 89 of Jeff Mills, as Mills has been unable to find a way around the 2 of Scott Lamp. And as these two have battled, it has allowed Sora to close in on them. And we're looking at a 3-car battle for second place with 15 laps to go. Make sure you guys stick around after the race here tonight. Drivers who are still out on track, who have still survived Richmond Raceway. Gonna do a little bit of demolition derby. Call a little bit of that here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Have some fun with it. Chill out, relax after an outstanding race here at Richmond for the YAS Racing 100. We've only been slowed for 3 cautions, and those happened very quick, very early on in the race tonight. 1 lead change between 2 drivers. Presley Sora led for the first 10 laps here tonight. The rest of the time, it has been all Aaron Rodgers in the 51 machine, as Rodgers continues to just set a torrid pace. He now has a 6.2 second lead over the 2 machine of Scott Lamp. And Rodgers on the same tires that he started on. Those tires getting close to being 100 laps old. His best lap was a 22.170. This last time around, he turned a 23.149, so looking at just about 1 second of fall off there. Still a lot of grip on those tires out there at Richmond. Aaron Rodgers in the 51, down in the inside of the 77 of Martinson. Now he sets his sights on the 11th place. That is Lawrence Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy down the backstretch, looking like maybe he is going to stay high here and allow the 51 of Rodgers to get down underneath. Now Rodgers in that 51 machine has 8 laps to go. Check in on the battle for second place. The 2 of Scott Lamp still holding on to it. Jeff Mills in the 89 machine sitting in 3rd. Presley Sora, your pole sitter and last week's race winner, right now finding himself in 4th place. Chris Carroll in the 99 has made his way around the 97 of Austin Burdick. So Carroll, who is quickly running out of time to try and get back up into the battle for that top 5 spot, has had a great recovery though. Made it all the way back into 5th. The 86 machine of Jason Jackson. Right now he is running in 8th place. Jackson kind of having a quiet night here in that 86. Anytime you're having a quiet night at Richmond, probably a good thing. 74 machine, that is Alex Harris. Harris came in for a late pit stop, has fresh rubber on that, trying to take full advantage of it, but he is quickly running out of time for those tires to do him any good. But the 51 of Aaron Rodgers, now looking at 3 laps to go here at Richmond for the eSpeed Sport YAS Racing 100. Rodgers now with a 6.7 second lead. Jeff Mills has made his way around the 2 of Scott Lamp. Presley Sora getting by as well. The 2 of Lamp now finding himself in 4th place. And the 89 of Jeff Mills looking like he might sit in 2nd place 2 nights in a row. As Aaron Rodgers takes the white flag, final time, 1 to go, presented by USA Firearms. Down the back stretch, the 51 a little bit sideways off of turn number 2. Down through 3 and 4, looking clean, looking no problem for the 51. And Aaron Rodgers gonna win the YAS Racing 100 at Richmond. Mills gonna bring it home in 2nd, 3rd place gonna be the 98 of Presley Sora. Scott Lamp bringing it home in 4th with Chris Carroll in the 99, rounding out your top 5 here tonight. So as the 51 makes his way on to the front stretch, let's see if he can light the tires up and do a little bit of celebrating. Spins it around, and now the victory celebration begins. He does a wave to the crowd. Let's see about this post-race demolition derby as the 51 takes his victory lap. Your race winner is Aaron Rodgers. He has to evade a hard-charging 66 Nick Barris. But Aaron Rodgers, your race winner. Let's go through our results here tonight as the Demo Derby starts to kick off. Aaron Rodgers, your race winner. Jeff Mills bringing it home in 2nd. Presley Sora in 3rd. 4th place going to the 2 of Scott Lamp. Chris Carroll finishing in 5th. 6th place going to Austin Burdick. 7th, Jeremy Root. 8th, Jason Jackson. 9th, Brian Zimmerman. 10th is going to be Nick Barris. Lawrence Shaughnessy finishing 1 lap down in 11th place. 12th going to Alan Wilson in the 83 machine. 13th, Alex Harris. Kyle Martinson finishing in 14th. 15th will be Rocky Hartpence. 16th, Curtis Yancey. 17th going to be Jackson Tran. 18th place will be DJ Kiner in the 32, and Edward Kane finishing in 19th place here tonight. So as the drivers get into their demolition mode, you see the 74 machine right front wheel, or I'm sorry, that's the left front, just flopping around. Rocky Hartpence has no steering. That 71 machine really trying to go after people, but no control over that car. Those front tires just mangled beyond all repair. Oh, and he's a sitting duck as the 18 of Jeremy Root just comes and blasts him. 83 of Alan Wilson, he is stuck where he is at. Nick Maurice in the 66, he is still rolling at a good clip. Ooh, more contact there as that left front looking like it has seen better days. Heavy impact with the 28 of Brian Zimmerman. Somehow both drivers keep it rolling, that 28 machine. Now gonna try and spin around, get some momentum back up. Oh, things not going the way the 28 had hoped. The 66 trying to turn around as well. Oh no, and the 2 of Scott Lamp. Oh, and the 18 of Jeremy Root. Dead square in the sights of the 28 of Zimmerman. Now the 66 and Nick Maurice comes in. Finish off Jeremy Root. Cars looking like they are really starting to drag now. The 18 of Root still able to turn a little bit. The 28 machine looks like he is stuck where he is at. If Brian Zimmerman can't get rolling, it looks like it would go to Jeremy Root in the 18 as the last man standing, and that is going to do it for the Demolition Derby. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Hope you all enjoyed the show. I know I thought it was a whole lot of fun out here tonight at Richmond, and to cap it all off, the new damage model in full display as the drivers did a post-race Demolition Derby. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you join us next week as we will be at Indy March 11th for the eCaneCPA.com 50. That's going to be another great race at Indianapolis. And guys, again, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you all enjoyed the show, and I look forward to seeing you next week.